Tune into Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad.
On the second day of the third cricket test between England and India at Lord's, India, in reply to England's first innings score of 387, were 145 for the loss of 3 wickets. At close of play today, they now trail by 242 runs with 7 wickets in hand. And when the stumps were drawn for the day, Rahul was unbeaten on 53 along with Rishabh Pant, who was batting on 19. Earlier, England resumed their first inning at the overnight score of 251 for the loss of 4 wickets, with Root unbeaten on 99 along with captain Ben Stokes 39. But at the start of second day's play, England added just 9 runs to their overnight score and lost the wicket of their captain. Ben Stokes was bowled round the wicket. Jasprit Bumrah came from round the wicket and got Ben Stokes clean bowled. Ben Stokes made 44 of 110 balls, hitting 4 fours. Then 11 runs later, Root, after completing his 37th century in one-day international, departed at 104. He made 104 of 199 balls, hitting 10 fours with a strike rate of 52. And he was also clean bowled by Jasprit Bumrah. Played on to his stump, and Ruth became legends of Lords with 8 centuries at the venue from 41 innings along with his 7 half-centuries. Earlier, Michael Vaughan with 6 and Graham Gooch have also scored 6 centuries at Lords. Root is now 5th in the list of most centuries in Test cricket with 37 centuries. Need just one more century to surpass Kumar Sangakkara of Sri Lanka's 38 centuries. Remember, Sachin Tendulkar is the leading century maker in Test cricket with 51 centuries, followed by Jacques Kallis of South Africa with 45, then Ricky Ponting of Australia with 41, and Kumar Sangakkara is just 1 century ahead of Root, who has scored 37. Stephen Smith of Australia have scored 36, and Rahul Dravid of India have also scored 36 centuries in Test cricket. This is also Root's 3rd century on the trot at Lords. He scored 143 and 103 against Sri Lanka in 2024, and then now in 2025 against India, he made 104 runs. Then Bumrah was on a hat-trick. He claimed Chris Woakes' next ball and he was unsure, but his captain took the review. Chris Woakes was out caught behind without scoring on the very first ball. Then England had a partnership of 84 runs for the 8th wicket between Brydon Carse and Jamie Smith. Brydon Carse 34 and Jamie Smith contributed 41 in that partnership that took their total to 355, and Jamie Smith was the 8th to go in the 107th over, and he made 51 of 56 balls, hitting 6 fours, caught by substitute Dhruv of the bowling of Mohammad Siraj before climbing to 3rd position as most runs by a wicketkeeper for England in Test cricket. He now has 407 runs versus India in 2025. Earlier, 417 versus West Indies by Les M in 1930, and Alex Stewart is the leading run scorer, scoring 465 against South Africa in 1998. Jamie Smith also equals Quinton de Kock record, fewest inning to 1,000 test runs as wicketkeeper. Jamie Smith reached the target in 21 innings, as Quinton de Kock reached also in 21, while Johnny Bairstow of England in 22 and Dinesh Chandimal of Sri Lanka reached 1,000 runs in Test cricket as wicketkeeper in 22 innings. England's 9th wicket fell at 370 and Jofra Archer clean bowled by Jasprit Bumrah for 4, while the 10th and final wicket fell at 387 and Brydon Carse, after reaching 56 of 83 balls, was out clean bowled by Mohammad Siraj. England were all out for 387 in 112.3 overs. They scored their runs at 3.44 runs per over, with Root top scorer with 104, while Brydon Carse 56 and Jamie Smith with 51 runs were the other significant scorers. For India, Jasprit Bumrah 27 overs 5 made in 74 runs and 5 wicket, his 13th 5-wicket haul. Hall of Famer, most fifer by an Indian in away test, and Jasprit Bumrah surpasses Kapil Dev with 13 5-wicket haul from 64 innings. Kapil Dev have 12 5-wicket haul from 108 innings, while Anil Kumble have 10 5-wicket haul from 121, and Ishant Sharma has 9 5-wicket haul from 109 innings. Five-star boom, most fifer in World Test Championship, and Jasprit Bumrah is the leading fifer in World Test Championship with 12 fifer from 69 innings. Ravichandran Ashwin with 11 fifer from 78 innings is number 2, while Pat Cummins of Australia is third in the list with 10 fifer from 94 innings. Nathan Lyon of Australia also have 10 fifers from 95 innings, while Parvat Jaiswal of Sri Lanka has 9 fifer from 35 innings. Bumrah also recorded as the leading wicket taker of Joe Root in Test cricket. Yes, he equals the record of Pat Cummins with 11 dismissals. Yes, but Jasprit Bumrah has 11 dismissals against Joe Root from just 27 innings, and Pat Cummins has 11 dismissals from 31 innings, while Josh Hazlewood also have 10 dismissals of Joe Root from 31 innings. So the Indian bowling, Jasprit Bumrah 27 overs 5 made in 74 runs and 5 wicket, Akashdeep 23 overs 3 made in 92 runs and no wicket, Mohammad Siraj 23.3 overs 6 made in 85 runs and 2 wicket, Nitesh Kumar Reddy 17 overs 62 runs and 2 wicket, Ravindra Jadeja 12 overs 1 made in 29 runs and 1 wicket, Washington Sundar 10 overs 1 made in 21 runs and no wicket. After getting England out for 387, India in their first inning were 145 for 3 at close of play. Yes, they lost their first wicket at 13, and Yashasvi Jaiswal was the first man to go in the second over, caught by Brooke off the bowling of Jofra Archer, who returned after 4 years. He was out after scoring 13 from 8 balls hitting 3 fours, while the second wicket fell at 74, and Karun Nair was the second man to go, brilliantly caught by Joe Root off the bowling of Ben Stokes, and he made 40 of 62 balls, hitting 4 fours. While the third wicket fell at 107, Captain Shubman Gill depart when wicket-keeper stand up off the bowling of Woakes and took a sharp catch to dismiss Indian captain Shubman Gill for 16. And at close of play, Rahul was batting on 53 of 113 balls, while Rishabh Pant is unbeaten on 19. India were 145 for 3, and they now trail by 242 runs. Looking at the England's bowling so far, Chris Woakes 13 overs 1 made in 56 runs and 1 wicket, Jofra Archer 10 overs 3 made in 22 runs and 1 wicket, Brydon Carse 8 overs 1 made in 27 runs and no wicket, Ben Stokes 6 overs 2 made in 16 runs and 1 wicket, while Shoaib Bashir 6 overs 1 made in 22 runs and no wicket. This one is bubbling along nicely. Despite the slow play, England rode to serviceable first inning total thanks to Joe Root 100, supported by 50s from Jamie Smith and Brydon Carse, and holding off an India fight back inspired by Jasprit Bumrah precision-engineered opening spell. Bumrah claimed 5 and a spot on the owner's board, but attention then switched to another inspirational fast man as Jofra Archer struck with his third ball after 4.5 years out of Test side. Rahul led the fight for India thereafter as England chipped away, Chris Woakes taking the big wicket of Shubman Gill with a keeper up to stumps. Rahul hold the key. So the summary is Jasprit Bumrah 5 for Archer's Test return. Headlines: closely contest day. Rahul headed to stumps unbeaten on 53 with India 240 runs behind. England first innings 387. Jasprit Bumrah was saved or saved himself for Lords. The temptation of the most famous owners board in the world might have had something to do with it, and if so, the plan worked. Bumrah was able to claim a fifer that helped bowl England out for 387, but he was far from the only fast bowler that set the pulse racing. Jofra Archer has spent 3 years thinking about this moment, being told of light at the end of the tunnel as he willed himself through the rehab his body needed to shoulder the burden that comes with Test cricket. 3 balls into his first over back, the light wasn't hypothetical anymore. His day in the sun had finally come, and he was bathed in its glow as he celebrated a wicket. Yashasvi Jaiswal was sent back, wondering what he could have done against an 89 miles per hour rocket. Karun Nair was greeted by a 93 miles missile. Bumrah was carving out legacy. Archer was clearly away from Kovacs. Lords was spoiled rotten, even if the pace of play allowed only 75 of the scheduled 90 overs. Lords was spoiled rotten. Rahul went to the stumps unbeaten on 53 and holds in his hand much of India's hope of getting close to England's 387. They are 240 runs behind.
Keep on watching Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad for latest news, views, and interviews of sports personalities from around the world.